All right, awesome, everybody. So I'm so excited to, for tonight's call because we truly have a very, very special guest for tonight's call. I mean, what you're gonna hear on tonight's Zoom calls, Zoom training call is from one of the IML TV, master educators and an individual that we're all, really learning from. But first of all, I want to wish everybody a great Wednesday and a great week. I hope everybody's had one of the best weeks so far yet. And most importantly, what you got to understand is if you don't have a pen and pad get a pen and a pad out so that you can take some notes. Because, the individual that we have on tonight, he's going to more importantly show us how to use BounceBack more effectively. But he's also going to show us some tricks and some strategies that we could develop into our trading, that we could develop into becoming a more consistent, profitable trader. So, he's somebody that's been winning at the market for so long. And, Mr. Stevenson Lindor. I mean, I know, just from, I was blessed to see this individual speak at the conventions over the last year. But, I've been able to actually learn from him on his sessions. So, if you haven't got a pen and pad out yet, guys, get a pen and pad out. But, what I want you to do is I want you to get clear of all distractions. If you have distractions around you, whether it's a phone, whether it's any noise, get away from it. Because what you have to understand is, the individual that we have on tonight has taught tens of thousands of students from all around the world on how to become a consistent, profitable trader. And his only aim for tonight's call is to help you become better. It's to help you develop into a more consistent, profitable trader. So, Mr. Stevenson Lindor, we appreciate your time, my brother. I know that you took some time out of your busy schedule. So, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, man. I hear you. How's everybody going?
It's great. Your mic is a little bit, your voice isn't coming out loud enough.
How about now? It says it's max on my end.
I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's better.
How about now? You guys hear me?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect? All right. So, all right. Cool. I was going to use my link if that was an issue. All right, guys. So what's going on? Actually, this is the German team, right? Correct? Yes, perfect. Actually, I was out in Germany a couple months ago. I don't know if most of you guys remember. It was me, Luke, and who else? No, that was about it. So I'm actually probably going to be at your next big event. We're coordinating that right now. So, of course, can't wait to bring you guys even more value. So today, I wanted to take the time out, show you guys exactly how BounceBack works. Not only that, and then I'll show you a couple of tricks to help you guys become more profitable in the market. And most importantly, help change your trading game and take it to that next level. All right, so I'm going to take over, share my screen, and we're going to get rocking and rolling. All right, everybody see my chart? Yes?
Yeah, we can see your chart.
Perfect. So first things first, let's start with BounceBack. All right. So this is iMarkets Live's BounceBack product. Some of you guys heard about it. Some of you haven't. This product was actually started by Christopher Terry, the CEO. This is his strategy. His strategy that he utilized to basically make his money in the markets. Now, the original strategy consisted of like 30 indicators when he was showing me this, and I was like, there's no way this is going to be duplicatable. Because as you guys know, when it comes to trading, especially when you're trading a large group of people, you need a duplicatable system, right? It's all about systems. Some of you guys are on this call, you're trying to become better traders. Some of you guys are on this call because you're a builder and you're trying to, make sure that your team is winning enough so you can continue building. But no matter what you're doing, you need a system, right? Like I always say this, people fail, but systems work. Right? No matter what, you get a ticket on the road for speeding. You got to deal with the court system. You go to school, you got to deal with the school system. Whatever the case may be, you have to have a system in place. Now, is this system perfect? Of course not, right? Your country's system might not be perfect. I know American society's system is not perfect. No system's perfect, but if you work the system, you can win. So we decided to take Chris Terry's strategy and we turned it into the software. And basically, it does all of the legwork for the average person, because the reality is, like some of you guys have already learned, trading is a process. This is not easy, right? Some of you guys are going through it right now. Some of you guys got on this call because right now you're tired of blowing accounts. You're probably, you're probably in some trades right now. You're in a crazy drawdown. You're like, what the hell am I going to do? This is blowing account number 10. I'm tired of this. Like there has to be, a change, right? So I always tell people, you need something that's going to work. And what we wanted to do was wanted to make it something simple, easy, and duplicatable. So we told Chris, hey, listen, turn your strategy into the software, and please, nobody write on the chart. Thank you. And turn it into a software. And this is going to now be more duplicatable to the field. And as you can see, now we have BounceBack. So BounceBack basically calls out the trade. It'll let you know when to buy, when to sell. And all you got to do is you can literally take the trades as they come, but I created a system around it, a little strategy, just to make sure that you're winning consistently. Now, myself, Lex Wave, also known as Andre Boyd, he does Mondays and Fridays during the week. And then we have Luis Fernando Key. He is our Spanish-speaking educator. He just got added. We are the 3 educators on this product. All right, we have a big Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, I'm pretty sure majority of you are on social media. You want to be connected on our Facebook group. All right, just type in IML BounceBack. Join the group. You'll get approved by an admin. All right. Now, all the videos, you can go to units or you can just go straight to videos. Every single video I've ever done is here. All right. Everything is done here. Right. There you go. There's me. Every single video right there. And it's pretty much going over the strategy, constantly going it over and over. I promise you, you won't watch one video where one thing is different from another. Majority of the time, it's the same strategy. All right. So you want to plug into the videos. Make sure you're in the group, all right? Very, very important. Next up, you want to make sure you're in our Telegram, all right? Our app is in production right now. Our app should probably be released in the next month or so, all right? In the meantime, all our trades are in this Telegram right here. So every trade that's called out will be in this Telegram group. So it's going to notify you. All you have to do is click on log in. And what's great about this, you have to be an active member in IML. Log into this, and then boom. If you don't have BounceBack right now, what you can do is go into your back office, right? Go to iMarkets Live, type into your back office right here. All right, some of you guys probably don't have this, and you'll log in, and you'll go to shopping cart to your left. You see where BounceBack is, and then you'll add that to your thing. It's $21 just like all the other products, and then voila, you'll have access to BounceBack. Right? So how does this great product work? All right, to me right now, and I'm not being biased, very transparent individual. I'll be honest about any product, any service that you ever ask me about. This is probably the easiest and duplicatable software we have on our platform, and this is the reason why. All right, there's basically two rules that you need in order to take a trade on BounceBack. So like I said, so for example, BounceBack is calling a trade on CAD JPY, a sell setup, right? As you can see, the trade is still valid. Every trade is valid for entry for about 48 hours. After 48 hours, that trade is no longer valid, all right? After 40 hours, that trade is no longer valid. My suggestion, I always say, wait for the next trade setup. But if the rules haven't been met, you can still take the trade. So there's really, I say 3 steps. It's really 2 if you think about it. When BounceBack calls a trade on whatever time frame, you don't take the trade on that time frame, all right? Not just on BounceBack, in trading, period. Whenever you're analyzing a chart, right, you never take the trade on that time frame you're trading on, because each time frame there's something going on different. So you see I'm on the 1 hour for CAD JPY. Look how I go on the 30-minute. The market completely changes. It shifts because each time frame is telling its own story. So you have to be aware that, all right, well, if a story is going on 1 hour, then this is a different story on the 30-minute. This is a different story on the 15-minute, so on and so forth. I like to look at the time frames as a book. 1 minute being one word in a book, 5 minutes being a sentence in the book, all the way to the monthly, which is the entire book. All right. So you never take a trade on the time frame BounceBack calls it on. So BounceBack called the trade on the 60-minute. You're going to jump down 2 time frames. So as you can see, 30-minute, I'm going to end up on the 15-minute. Boom. Now, all I'm doing, this is where current price is. And you can see it even gives you the time, the date. So I'm all about transparency. 10:47. So BounceBack called the trade right around here. 10:47. So right around here. You see the time at the bottom? So it even tells you the time. So we all on the same page. I don't want you guys to think I'm lying. Right there. That's where BounceBack called the trade. Boom. All right. It didn't call it there. It didn't call it there. It called it there. Right. Exactly at today at 10:47. So right around there. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to identify the current trend in front of you. All right. You're going to identify the current trend in front of you. All right. So you're going to take your trend line. This is the only tool you'll have to use. Now, some of you on this call, you probably never drawn a trend line or you're still trying to perfect it. Whenever you're drawing a trend line, right, whether I'm going on an uptrend or downtrend, now you can do it in 2 forms. You can do from body to body or wick to wick. I prefer wick to wick, especially dealing with candlesticks. So if I'm drawing an uptrend, because currently when BounceBack called the trade here, price was going in an uptrend. I'm drawing from this low and I'm going to bring it across, right? And what validates a trend line is 2 or more touches, right? So I have 1 touch, I have 2 touch, 3 touch, and then price finally broke. All right, boom. After that, I can enter either on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, whichever one you feel comfortable with. But this is what you want to make sure. Price breaks the trend line, right? Price has to break that trend line, and you need a MACD crossover. So what's the MACD? MACD is an indicator. It consists of 3 components. All right. MACD consists of 3 components. It consists of 2 moving averages and a histogram, right? So the blue line is your MACD line. Your orange line is your signal line. And then this right here is your histogram. All right. Looks like a mountain in the background. That's your histogram. And what you're waiting for is before you buy or sell, you must have these 2 things in conjunction, right? That means 2 or more components lined up. Boom. Boom. So notice here, right? Notice here, I want you guys to see this. You had a cross, matter of fact, you had it at 2 places. Boom. So notice here, you had a MACD crossover, right? So basically what you're waiting for is, in order for a true trend to change, utilizing the MACD, you're waiting for these 2 moving averages to be above the histogram that verifies that you're in an uptrend, or to be below the histogram that verifies you're in a downtrend. When the shift of trend changed, notice when this was coming down, it never broke your trend line. Trend line was not broken. Trend line was not broken. So I don't enter the trade. So this, just because I got the crossover here, I don't enter the trade. When it happened over here, look, it touched my trend line, but again, it didn't cross. It didn't break. This is where I got my break. So now I can enter the trade. Now I can jump in, right? I want you guys to understand that. That's very important. You must have 2 or more confirmation. All right. I always say this. So basically, you're looking for a confluence. Confluence is 2 or more confirmations before you take a trade. All right, in trading. So just because I have my MACD cross over here, just because I have it over here, doesn't mean it broke my trend line. right? So I need one of these two. I need both of them to be in line. So I have my MACD crossover here. I finally got the break of the trend line here. Now I can enter the trade because my 2 moving average is now under my histogram, signaling that I am in a downtrend, right? Now price is coming back up, right? But I could have entered the trade here because once I get the break of the trend line, I got this, boom, and then my stop loss is above that previous high, right? Stop loss above previous high, boom. So that's where my stop loss is. And if you follow me, you know I got a beautiful flag setting up on the 5-minute time frame. So this sell is definitely coming. So if you want, you can actually get in on this trade because this sell is definitely going to happen. I actually just did bounce back training literally an hour ago. So we actually took this trade. So this would be a nice entry. You got an impulse, you're getting a correction. This drop should definitely come. My stop loss is right above here. So I don't got a crazy stop loss. And I'm waiting for the move to drop, right? And all I'm looking for is literally 20 to 30 pips, right? I got a 25 pip stop loss, nothing crazy, right? That won't blow my account. And now I'm looking for this drop. And literally, that's how bounce back works, right? I got a 50 pip drop coming my way. So all I'm waiting for is a break of my trend line, a MACD crossover before I enter the trade, my stop loss above or below that previous high before I get in for the trade. And literally, this is what people do all day, every day, trading on bounce back. I'm going to show you another example, right? Because these trades are valid right now. So this buy on USD CAD. So again, 1 hour time frame. I'm going to jump down 2 time frames. I'm going to go on the 15-minute. Right? So bounce back called the trade around 8:19 in the morning. So 8:19 in the morning. That was right around here. All right. And then I'm going to take my trend line. I'm going to identify this trend. Boom, right? Because this was going on a downtrend. So I'm gonna start from this high and bring it across. What validates the trend line is 2 or more touches. All right. Honestly, drawing trend lines is probably gonna be your biggest battle utilizing this product. Right? And drawing trend lines is actually quite simple. But one thing that I've noticed, especially with new people coming in, is drawing trend lines. So the better you get at drawing a trend line, the more powerful this product is going to become to you, right? So same thing here. I can stay on the 15-minute or the 5-minute. Either or is up to you. What I prefer the 15-minute. It's a stronger confirmation, but you can get it on the 5-minute for that tighter entry. So I'm waiting for price to break the trend line. Right? And I'm waiting for that MACD crossover. As you can see, they both line up in conjunction. I got that. And I got the crossover. I got the breakout right here. So now I can enter the market. My entry is here. My stop loss is here, always below the previous low. So this is not my previous low. My previous low is here. If you want, you can place your stop loss down here, but this is my previous low. So now I have a tight risk to reward setup. So my entry is inside here. I got a stop loss right around there, about 20. And then my take profit, again, 20 to 30 pips. This should go all the way up about 50 pips. So I got a good risk to reward ratio right here. And all you're literally looking for is 20, 30 pips. The main thing you have to make sure is you get the breakout of the trend line and you get a MACD crossover. don't focus so much on the indicator. A lot of times when people are trading, they focus so much on the indicator, they forget what's happening on the chart. Remember, price is king, right? Always pay attention to this. This comes before this. You look at this, then you confirm with your indicator. And that's literally it. That's all you got to do with BounceBack, all right? Same thing. I like this trade setup very, very much. You guys should pay attention to this. Be on the lookout for this. So USD Swiss franc. You are welcome. USD Swiss franc. Call the trade on the 1 hour. I'm going to go on the 15-minute. Identify this entire uptrend, right? Boom. So again, all I'm looking for is a MACD crossover. And I'm waiting for price to break that trend line. I can tell you right now, this sell will come because of my personal analysis on this. If you look at this chart, this is a big corrective flag. So a down move is definitely coming. So keep your eye out on this trade. All right. Once I get the break of the trend line, again, my stop loss is going to be above that previous high, and I'm looking for 20, 30 pips. So in reality, all you're waiting for with BounceBack is two things to line up. You're waiting for break of trend line, and you're waiting for that MACD crossover. As long as those two are in conjunction, you can successfully take the trade. And this is how so many people are winning with BounceBack. If you follow me on social media or if you're already in the BounceBack group, you see why so many people are winning with this strategy. All right. So before I move on to the advanced part of Forex trading and I show you a little trick, does anybody have any questions? I mean, it's literally that simple. This is not advanced. It's not hard. Let's try that again. Anybody else? Questions? So yes, Marco, you're waiting for price action. You're waiting for price action. You're waiting for price to break your trend line, and you're waiting for this MACD crossover. It's literally that simple. The MACD, all you have to do is click on my icon, and it'll pop up. So if I click on IML BounceBack real quick, all right, give me a second. Let's try this again. If I do this, right? So when you log in, open up the web. All right, so when you first log in, this is how your IML BounceBack is going to look. It's going to look blank like this, right? No. All right. Oh, usually it won't have the MACD there. All you have to do is click on my icon, and then the MACD comes up. You don't have to modify it. You don't have to change it. It's already there. It's already programmed. All right? You just got to know how to use it. Any more questions? Does everybody truly understand how this works and why this is? It's simple. It's easy. It's duplicatable. You're telling me all I have to do is just draw a trend line. Yes, that's all you have to do. If you know how to draw a trend line, you can make money with this. That's it. You enter right away. The moment it breaks, that's the rule. The moment a candlestick closes. So right now on this CAD JPY, the moment price closes below your trend line, you can enter the trade. That's your entry point. The moment. So the moment a candle, let's say I'm on the 5-minute, it breaks, I can enter. Entry here. My entry is right there. My stop loss is right here, right? I can tell you right now, this is gonna drop because I understand this pattern right here. This is setting up for that. So this is a money-making trade right now. So if you're trading and you wanted to take this trade, you can take this trade right now. Entry right here, stop loss right above, and just wait for the sell. 20, 30 pips, that's it. I'm on IML TV Sundays and Tuesdays. Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, because we're on the 5-minute chart. If I was on the 15-minute chart, then I would wait for a 15-minute candle. No, your stop loss is above or below. Your stop loss is above or below the previous high or low. You can't, and I explain this a lot of times. I tell people, you can't have a set stop loss. It doesn't make sense. Every stop loss is going to be different, right? You can't, I hate people who say my stop loss is 10 pips on every trade. How is that possible? The market is ever changing. The market is ever changing. That's like me telling you, when you guys get off this webinar, whoever drives a car, go get in your car and drive only right. Only make a right turn. If you do that, you're going to get in a car accident. Or you might kill yourself. So you can't just have a set stop loss. It will always vary. So if I'm looking for a buy, right, on this, if price breaks my trend line and I enter here, my stop loss is below the previous low of my entry. So if I'm looking for a buy and I buy here, this is where my stop loss is. How many pips? It all depends on the time frame I'm trading on. So in this case, 15 minutes, if I'm looking for this buy, my stop loss is 14 pips. In this case, if I'm entering here, right, I'm looking for a sell, my stop loss is right up there. I got 24 pips. I don't got 40 pips. You can't have a set. It's always going to be different. You see how this stop loss is different from this? Because it's a different scenario. All right. So the MACD, again, it consists of 3 components. All right. Look at the settings. You have the MACD line. So you see that blue? It says MACD. So the blue line is your MACD line. The orange line is your signal line. And then the pink in the background, that's your histogram. Those are the 3 components. All right, real simple. It's not hard. Just look at it. So in theory, when the blue goes under the orange, you're looking to sell. When the blue is above the orange, you're looking to buy. But the key is you want the 0 line crossover. You see where it says 0 to the right? Where it says 0, you want the 0 line crossover. Notice this true downtrend happened when you had a 0 line crossover. So whenever you're looking for a buy or a sell, you want to see it, your moving average cross past this 0 line. So you see where I place this buy? Like if I was looking to buy right here, you see where I place this eclipse? Notice how it aligns with the MACD crossing over right here. If I would have just bought right here, look, the trade went nowhere. The uptrend didn't truly begin until you had the MACD crossover. That's why it's so powerful. It truly lets you know when the trend has changed. Trend changes when you have the 0 line crossover. All right. No, you want to catch it when it's crossing through it. So if you wait for it to cross completely over the histogram, you're going to miss some of the move, right? So if you wait for it to cross like right here, then your entry is up here instead of down here. You could do that if you want. But again, you're missing the ideal entry when it's crossing through the 0 line crossover, when it's making that move. All right. All right, any more questions before I move on? So this product, really simple, really easy, not hard. A lot of people like it. We have about over 3,000 plus on this product right now. Actually, as a whole, as a company, we have about 6,000. I'm sorry, the 3,000 is a different number I'm talking about, but we have about 6,000 people currently using this right now, right? So really simple, really easy. If you're struggling with trading, you should definitely be using this. All right, so now, personally trading. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys a trick. So when it comes to trading, I believe entries is everything. All right, entries is not really everything, but it is important. Like you can't just enter anywhere in the market, right? You can't just buy and sell wherever you want, wherever you feel like it. You'll lose money. You'll blow your account. So anybody who was paying attention to the market, CAD had news this morning, and I was able, me and my team, we were able to profit because of a certain move that was happening. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. Whenever there's news in the market, right? So you know, you guys should be using forexfactory.com for all your news outlet, or vesting.com or whoever, but most people use Forex Factory. So you see around here, 8:30, you got CAD news. So later tonight, we have odd news, so you can try this out or just watch. The market will create a pattern, right? So I talk a lot about market structures on my session, all right? And market structure works, okay? Understanding how the market moves is very, very important. So I don't care what style of trading you do. I don't care if you like price action. I don't care if you do supply and demand, Elliott waves, whatever. I don't care. My rules are universal. That means you can apply my strategy to any strategy in the world, anything, all right? And I'm gonna prove it. So first things first, you have to understand how the market moves, all right? The market moves literally like this, right? You'll have an impulse, all right? So you have an impulse. Impulse means sharp move, all right? By definition, that's what impulse means, sharp. After that comes a correction, also known as a flag, right? You'll have a correction, flag pattern. After that, after you get the correction, you get the flag, you get a continuation, right? So that's your continuation. So continuation of what, Steve? Continuation of the impulse, the original move, once the flag is confirmed. Don't believe me? Elliott wave patterns, right? I think you guys, a lot of you guys, this is the German team, you guys pretty much follow Stefan, right? So if I'm not mistaken, he loves Elliott waves. So if you think about it, Elliott waves is just this, right? What is that? Impulse, correction, continuation. Correction, continuation. That's exactly this right here. Impulse, correction, continuation. Impulse, correction, continuation, right? You can't see. You guys can't see my chart. It shouldn't be black. What about now? Everybody see? No. All right, let me stop share. Let me try that again. What about now? Yes, yes. All right. So again, impulse, correction, continuation. No different if I was looking at Elliott wave patterns. Again, you have your impulse, you have your correction, you have your continuation, right? That's literally what doesn't matter. You'll find this everywhere. So let's take a look, right? Let's take a look at how that works. So you have an impulse. Impulse. In this case, this is a bullish impulse. You have a correction, flag, right? So there you go. Impulse, correction, and then you have a continuation. See? Not hard. Impulse, correction, continuation. You have a bigger correction, still continuation. And then the market reverses. Sharp impulse, correction, continuation. Everybody understand that? Does everybody get that part? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. All right. Good. Cool. Good. And this happens on every single time frame, from the 1 minute all the way to the monthly. All right. I'll prove it to you even more. Right. So you have impulse, you have correction, you have continuation. Correction, continuation. So the correction, whenever the market is in a trend, you must get flag patterns. You must get flag patterns, right? Whether you want to call it ABC waves, D waves, 1, 2, 3, whatever. You must have that pattern in order for the continuation to happen, right? So right now, we have an impulse, we have a correction, and then we have a continuation. We're getting another correction. What do you guys think is about to happen? What do you guys think is about to happen? Drop. Okay, perfect. So we know a drop is coming, long term. This big drop is coming. Perfect. So just understanding that part right there, right? You guys all understood that right here. Check this out. So we had news of CAD at 8:30 this morning, right? You guys see that? 8:30 this morning. Like I said, I'm all about transparency. I don't like to lie. And I always tell people, if your trader can't backtest or show you how this strategy works, then it's not duplicatable. It doesn't work. It's just a theory. It's not something you can apply. This is something you can actually apply. So just off of that basic principle that I just showed you of how the market moves, you guys say it with me. You have an impulse. You have a correction, right? I'm on the 5-minute time frame. Impulse, correction, continuation. Correction, continuation. What is this? What is that? Correction. That's your flag. Bearish flag. Now, notice where this bearish flag was being created. Look at the time. At what time was this bearish flag being created? Look at the time at the bottom. At what time, guys? Look at the time at the bottom. At what time was this flag being created? 7:55, right before the news. So there is always a pattern created right before the news hits. So you see that? USD CAD. So we were able to get in on a sell right around here. And look at what time the news hit. 8:25, 8:30, and then we get the big drop. Then you get the big drop. Boom. Great Britain CAD. Same thing, 5-minute time frame. So basically, in a nutshell, what was this? You had your flag. You're already in a downtrend. We're already in a sell. You have your flag, and then boom, drop. Right? We had New Zealand news yesterday, right? If I'm not mistaken. New Zealand news around 6:45. So let's take a look at the news. See that? So flag pattern, flag pattern. So if you focus on the 5-minute and 1-minute time frame, there's always a pattern that's going to form, that's going to let you know ahead of time what the market is about to do. Right? How many of you guys trade US 30? Right? That's the thing now in IML. Everybody loves trading US 30. Not just IML, but all the way around. How many of you guys love trading that pair? Anybody trade US 30? Yes? No? Here? No, no, no? So, all right. US 30. Just to show you guys how powerful this is. All right? So this is US 30. Does anybody know what US 30 consists of? Does anybody know what US 30 consists of? Like, what does US 30 mean? What is it? 30 of what? That's right, Christopher. Good job. Yes. It's the 30 biggest company in the US, right? It's the biggest stocks. So US 30. So let's go back in the beginning here. Right? You see the date? Everybody see the date at the bottom? Yes, everybody see the date? Perfect. So follow me. So we had this nice uptrend. What happened here? Talk to me, guys. What happened here? Let me know that you're learning. What happened here? What did price do? Price drop. So it gave you that impulse. So I had a sharp move right here. Right? And then it gave you a what? Right after. Impulse and then flag. Right? So you guys are telling me, oh, you got a flag and then a drop, right? Correct? Everybody's telling me yes? A flag right after, right? Yes, yes, yes. So if you guys understand just that concept, you are able to identify this pattern right here. You guys are all able to identify bearish flag pattern right here. Then that means right here, what was the date, guys? What was the date when that flag was being created? What's the date at the bottom? September 15 of what? September 15 of what? That's right, 2008. And what happened in 2008? What happened in 2008? Stock market crash. And when did the stock market crash? What does it say right there? When did the stock market crash? September 29th. So that means you would have got in weeks before the stock market crash, and you could have profited millions, billions, trillions in the market. All because you were able to identify that. Yep, there you go. That's the magic. And this was back in 2008. Right? Boom. So, there was New Zealand news last night, right? New Zealand USD. Right? There you go. So we had news last night, right? Everybody had news last night, right? New Zealand, you see? So New Zealand news was yesterday. We had CAD news today. Look what happened. What was this? What kind of pattern? What kind of pattern was forming? Flag for the sell. Boom. So if you would have saw this pattern being formed, then guess what you can do? You can enter your sell here right before the news hits. Stop loss above previous high, right? So if I enter here, my previous high is here. So you had your fake out, no more than 15 pips. And then guess what? You catch this whole drop of 100 pips. You're risking 15 pips for 100 pips. So that's the trick. Before news hits, always look at the smaller time frame. 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute. It's going to give you a pattern that's going to let you know if a buy or a sell is going to happen. And if you want to add even more confluence and confirmation, you can put indicators. You can add in moving averages. You can add in, your MACD, use your RSI, do all those things. That's going to help further validate the reason why you're going to take that trade. Make sense? Understood? So, and you can literally trade like this all day, every day, guys. Like, I mean, all day, every day, all day, every day. All day, every day. So this was the little trick and little info I wanted to give you guys. Special key. So bounce back trading and how to trade basically news. Not just news, but the market in general. So when I told you guys earlier, USD Swiss franc, I'm not worried about this this uptrend because I have a big, strong flag coming. So I know that will be coming. It's just about understanding structure of the market. All right. So I just wanted to share just that little bit with you. Again, if you want to follow me on IML TV, Sundays and Tuesdays, Sundays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 10 p.m. You can also follow me on social media, Instagram, Steven_Lindor, right? All updates and everything like that. And I get even in more depth. I do even more stuff. Show you guys how to use even other tricks, how to analyze the market in other fashions, all right? So no, I don't do telegrams no more. I got banned from them, from IML. IML does not want me on Telegram. I had too many followers. Too many people were quitting IML for my Telegram, so I had to shut that down. You only get me on IML TV now. So that's it, guys. If there's anything else, I gotta hop on another meeting in about 5 minutes. It was a pleasure having you guys. Actually, somebody reached out to me. I'll probably see you guys very, very soon in Germany. So if you're gonna be at the event, I think you guys have an event in June, if I'm not mistaken. I'll definitely be out there dropping more nuggets, sharing more tips, and show you guys how to maximize and make money in the market. All right, so I'm gonna hand it back.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steven.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely.
So guys, if you had some value from this call, put a fire emoji for our own IML TV master educator, Mr. Stevenson Lindor. Put those fires. Come on. Show him some love. Show him some love. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you for taking the time, Steven, and we're just excited to see you in Germany on June 1st. We've had some of the UK team on here also. I know they're giving you a lot of love. But appreciate you, man, and look forward to learning even more from you on June 1st.
Absolutely. Guys, take care. Enjoy. Stay blessed.
Take care, bro.